Hello, you little smashers and you little smashettes. How are you doing today? I'm bringing you bad news. I'm bringing you bad news, and I'm sorry, but I'm not really. I'm going to share with you something that I found out just the other day, and I was deeply disappointed in myself and in the world. I'll tell you all about it on the other side. A long time ago, I decided that I didn't want to have any more metal on my body. I used to wear chains and rings and all of that, and I took them all off, much to the suspicion of my wife when I took off my wedding ring. However, she knows now it was just an act of getting metal off my body and not so I could go out clubbing and pretend to be single, because I don't go out. So I took all the metal off my body. Why? Because I didn't like the idea of having things that were interfering with the natural waveform of my body. Living in this world, everything interferes with the natural waveform of our body. I went through a phase of making orgonite. I discovered about orgonite. I was thrilled with it, and I made loads of it, absolutely loads. And I filled the house with pyramids and stuff like that. In fact, I've got now, around my router that I'm looking at now, my router is completely and utterly surrounded by orgonite. I've just got it like little towers around. So I was very focused on that. It's part of the waking up process. You realise, hang on a minute, we're bathed, literally bathed in bad frequencies or frequencies that are not helpful to health. So I started to do that. However, a little while ago, and I would say maybe, let's say 2 years ago, started, my wife said to me, I'd like to get you a smartwatch. And I said, I don't really wear watches, and I'm not really interested in having the time in my face and all of that. And she said, let me get you one anyway. You're running, and it's nice. You can measure your steps, and it tells you, it's a little way of just helping you along. So I got one. I got one. This one, in fact. This one. And it's like nothing. Neither something nor nothing. It just tells you the time, tells you your paces and stuff like that, tells you how fast your heart rate's going. And what I noticed was for the first month or so, I would look, I would run, and I would come and I would stop and I would do an analysis of my running, and I go, oh yes, look, I've done this in this time. And I noticed that after about 3 months, it never changed. And I also noticed that it did not motivate me to do more steps. I did the steps that I did. I didn't give a shit about what it said. In fact, in the end, after about 4 months, I used it to tell the time. That was it. On a night time, when I would go into the loo, I would look at the watch, and if you tip it like that, the light comes on. That was it. So it kind of defeated the object of having a smartwatch. And I think that probably goes for around about 95% of all people who have smartwatches, that they don't really use them. After a while, it's just normalized and it's just there. So just the other day, like 2 years down the line, I should have fucking known. I should have fucking known anything that's got the word smart in front of it is not good for us. That's the sensation that I get. And so I thought, should I have a look and see, because when you wear a smartwatch, okay, every now and again you'll notice that it kind of flashes on the back, blah, 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 like flashes on the back, doing a little measure of whatever. And I was aware of that, didn't bother me, I wasn't worried about it, until I thought, I'm going to get my little machine out